So on the lead up to Deadpool and Wolverine, my family rewatched the original Deadpool movies with us just to like catch us up because I was the only one who hadn't seen them, and they were really really good. I've never like seen an action movie that's like super gory. I know that's stupid because there's tons of them out there, but I've never seen one. So just having like all of that gore and stuff, and it definitely not being like like a 12A. If you live in America, that's how like I think you have like PG-13, we have 12A. Basically, it definitely deserved being a 15. I think it's the first movie in 18. Or was it 15? I can't remember, it's one of the two. Anyway, yeah, very, very good movies. I'd give probably both of them 8 out of 10. Actually, 7 out of 10 to Deadpool, 8 out of 10 to Deadpool 2. It was actually, okay, again, I know this isn't about Deadpool, I'll get to it in a second, but with Russell, I was like, oh my god, that's the kid of Hunt for the Wilder People. That's like one of my favourite movies. Oh my god, he's in this, yay. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, that was really, really good movie. I liked 2 more. And then I got a little bit worried on the run up to Deadpool and Wolverine because I was thinking, okay, it's Marvel. We know what they're like. It's probably going to be a bit sloggy at the moment because of the slump that they're in. Went in, expecting the worst, and Deadpool absolutely desecrated Wolverine's corpse in a fight scene. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is going to be a great movie. And it was a great movie. It was amazing. Probably my favourite one. My stepdad likes 2 more because 2 was more focused on... I think, yeah, 2 was more focused on, like, the characters and Deadpool just messing on for ages and then actually doing, like, the plotty bit to the end. But I liked... sorry, my dog's barking downstairs. Yeah, and while Deadpool 3 was more focused on plot all the way through, it definitely still had the character bits. It didn't, like, take away the character bits, but it had more plot. But I don't know, I just really, really liked Deadpool 3. I think I like it more. I was, like, consistent, like, because Deadpool 2, there was parts where you'd, like, have a little giggle to yourself and then maybe, like, a hearty laugh every, like... 10 minutes or something like that. It's still obviously extremely funny, but with Deadpool 3 it was just consistently super funny all the way through. And I don't usually just enjoy movies just because they're funny. I'd rather had other stuff to them as well, but this one had the other stuff as well too and was insanely funny, especially all the jokes about like the state of Marvel and like the Fox and Disney controversies and stuff like that, and like it being extremely meta. Like, way more than the other 2 movies. The other 2 movies had, like, some self-aware humour. Like, obviously, Deadpool kind of knew he was breaking the 4th wall. But with this one, it's like a lot of the jokes of that, but it doesn't get repetitive, I don't think. It's just funny. Ooh, excuse me. There's a Scoopy Belch for you. Record that and, like, keep it in your files or something. But, yeah, I don't know. I just really, really, really enjoyed it. All of the... Like, okay, so we'll go through the plot. Spoilers ahead for what happens. Obviously, the opening credits scene was absolutely phenomenal, where he, like, desecrates them. Then he, like, goes back home, and it's like, yeah, it's nice to see the characters again. And then, what happens next? I'm trying to remember the plot, even. Then he gets, like, he goes to the car place, and he wants to be Deadpool again, and then he wants to be an Avenger, and they don't let him. And that was funny as well, like, the interview thing. And then he, like, from then on, just as soon as he gets involved with the TVA people, actually, I'll mention one thing I didn't like. Because I've not kept up to date with a lot of the Marvel stuff, the last Marvel things I watched was probably Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which wasn't massively long ago, and then before that, I think Secret Invasion was before that, just because my mum wanted to watch it, didn't get on with it, mum watched the rest of it, I only watched like the first 2 episodes or something, mum finished it, and then, I can't even remember what was before that. I've not kept up with the Marvel stuff. Actually, it was probably Quantumania. I went to Quantumania with 2 of my friends, and that was, same as the rest of the Marvel stuff. So anyway, I've not been keeping up to date with it, so I didn't really know what happened with the TVA. I know that was in Loki. Now, I did watch Loki, but it was so long ago, I genuinely can't remember. So I was a bit confused with the whole like time people things and the timeline stuff. And then I also didn't realise you needed to. I didn't even realise it was canon, because I've never watched it. But Logan, I didn't watch that either. But I don't think you really miss out on much if you've not watched Logan. Obviously, I can't remember what she's called, but the girl who's in Logan's in this. So I didn't know much about her. And obviously the whole reason why Wolverine died is in Logan, which I don't know anything about. But anyway, it's not a massive gripe. The movie was still amazing without knowing that stuff. So anyway, he goes there, he like refers to himself as Marvel Jesus. That was a funny recurring gag. Of course, there's the gag, I think it's towards the end of the movie, in like the climax, Scoutmaster Kevin comes back. Was it Scoutmaster Kevin? I'm gonna go check that actually. I don't know if his name is Kevin. Okay, I checked. Yeah, it is Scoutmaster Kevin. That's what Scoutmaster Kevin used to say. But anyway, actually, I won't run through the entire plot because there's no point. You've probably already seen this movie because a lot of people are going to see this movie. It was really, really nice seeing how many people were there because the last time we saw something in the movies was either Black Panther Wakanda Forever or Avatar The Way of Water, whichever one came out last, I forgot. And when we went there, actually no it wasn't. No, it was Ant-Man. Quantumania came after that, didn't it? But even in like Quantumania, or actually, I can't remember the last thing we watched in the movies. Whatever it was, the past few times we've gone, at least in the UK, there's been like no one in there. Like I remember when me and my mum went to go and watch Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. It was us and I think one other family in there in the entire cinema room, and that was it. So you can tell that people just aren't. I mean, I get why it's expensive and stuff, and obviously you can't go to the cinema loads. But there was barely anyone around for some movies that just like people, even the movies that people really really like, there was no one going to them. But no, this cinema was like full. The room was full. There's so much hype. At least I don't know what it's like in America, but in the UK there's so much hype around this movie. Like it's on the radio. Like the radio hosts on BBC One, they were talking about it. And then anyway, sorry, I'm going off track. And another thing as well, and our tutor, he used to. Actually, I probably shouldn't say this, but you won't know who he is unless he knows. He used to live in America for a bit, and then he was saying that in movie, like in the cinemas, when you go in America, they like cheer a lot and they like go along with the movie, while in the UK it's usually just dead silent, apart from a few little giggles and stuff like that. But there was so many times when our entire room was just laughing because of how funny the movie was. It was amazing. It was sort of like a Minions Rise of Gru situation, except completely non-ironic. I mean, we weren't cheering when, Vector showed up in the movie or anything. Did Vector show up in Deadpool? I think he did. I think he was one of the people in there, in like the void. I'm pretty sure Vector was just chilling in there. But anyway, I'm going off track. I won't go through the whole plot of the movie because there's no point, because you've probably already seen it. But all you need to know, very, very funny. It was very... Was it emotional? I don't know if it was really emotional. Like the part where again, massive spoiler, so just be warned. The part in the end of the movie where Wolverine, that I completely stumbled those words, Jesus. The end of the movie where Wolverine and Deadpool go into like the thingy and like stop the time machine thing from destroying the universes. I knew they weren't gonna die because I knew that. I didn't know how they weren't going to die, but I knew that Disney wouldn't kill off two of its massive superheroes. Like, because of how much money they probably knew this movie was going to pull in. I knew they weren't going to kill them off. So when they went in and they didn't die, that part wasn't really that emotional. I didn't really get invested, mostly because Deadpool was too busy gawking at Hugh Jackson's abs. Yeah, no, anyway. Funny. Not really that emotional. The emotion probably could have been a bit stronger, but it was, it's Deadpool. You're not... Actually, I was about to say not really there for the emotion, but no, the first two movies did have the emotional bits, so... Never mind, maybe that was a bit of a critique of the movie, but I still like it more than Deadpool 2. And the villain... I was about to say it was a good villain, but I cannot remember her name. Cassandra! That was her name, Cassandra. Yeah, she was a pretty good villain as well. The only part I didn't like, I don't know why, it's just something that rubs us the wrong way whenever, like, villains do this face when they're evil plan and they gain a bunch of power. I don't like it. I don't like that face. It freaks me out. Not in, like, a scary way. It's just, like... It's, like, an overwhelming feeling of cringe. That's the only way I can put it. It's so weird. Like, stop doing that face. Just accept the power or something. I don't know. But apart from that, yeah, really good. I just remembered something with the I can't remember his last name, but the Johnny thing with Chris Evans, that was funny as well. Mostly because whenever I think of Chris Evans, I don't think of him as Captain America. I more think of him as Ransom from Knives Out. So just seeing him there as a superhero was just funny. Anyway, I'm going off track again, as I have been this entire time. Sorry, I'll make a script if I ever do this again. I'll make a script so I'm not like rambling on too much. But yeah. Anyway, in conclusion. Very funny movie. If you haven't seen it and you've watched for some reason, even though there's been spoilers, definitely go and see it. It's well worth it. 8 out of 10. Yeah. Surprisingly, 8 out of 10. A good Marvel movie in 2024. Didn't think it could happen without James Gunn's help, but it happened. So, yeah, go and see it. Very good. I'm going to stop talking now.